What do people spend way too much money on? Weddings.
A home they should not be able to afford. My husband and I make good salaries and live in a smaller home in our neighborhood. I often wonder how my neighbors afford their bigger homes. Their jobs are comparable to ours. Turns out, they're all house poor, barely making ends meet paycheck to paycheck. Constantly stressed about money, carrying million-dollar mortgages. All for what?
Coffee shop coffee. I used to work at a Starbucks and the number of people who came in 2 or 3 times per day for a $5 latte was astounding. Some of them were spending close to $100 per week. As a poor and borderline starving college student, I just couldn't understand how they made room in their budgets for that, or if they had budgets at all.
Microtransactions, you goddamn whales. Coffee. Make that at home or the office. People. Save yourself a fortune.
Eating out.
Interest on debt.
All that name brand BS.
When did Lego become expensive?
College education. Drinks that my family never had, and I pretty much only drink water and alcohol. So when I see a friend paying $3 for I just don't understand it. Things on sale. Just read somewhere here that you gotta buy things when you need them and not when they're on sale.
Phones. I've had the same S5 for like 4 years and it still works.
Funerals.
Cigarettes. Staying alive. I don't remember who said it, but one person's father gave them those advice. If you want to know what not to spend money on, go to a pawn shop. Pawn shops hold people's least important valuable items. They cited things like guitars and skis, things people get intending to pick up a new hobby or skill and lose interest. Drinking alcohol. Shit's expensive.
Divorces. Just don't get married and save twice.
Starbucks. I have to admit they are marketing geniuses though. They sell everything to make your own Starbucks coffee at home, like beans, instant coffee, K-cups, bottled and canned frappuccinos, but yet many people still line up at Starbucks every day to get their coffee.
Model trains. And I say this because of me. $2 $3K a year. I don't regret it and I can afford it. But still, I know I should be spending less.
Financial fees. There's no need for an overdraft. You should not invest in a managed fund, etc.
Pets. Go to your local humane society and get your new bestest friend for way cheaper than a breeder. Not only are they cheaper, they are socialized, usually at least somewhat trained, and in need of a good home. Breeders are just screwing up animals to the point of deformation to get a perfect pet, but shelter babies are just as fun. Food. Buying lunch when I shouldn't. Eating out when I could make something, etc. etc. I buy way too much food. My body. It's probably worth like $18. ATM fees.
Kids.
Sneakers. Privatized healthcare. I'm Canadian and it's to see our southern neighbors go into debt because of an injury or medical condition. Daycare.
In America, prom party, especially the girls' dresses.
On everything that's Instagrammable.
Interesting that nobody mentions cable TV. Just 5 to 10 years ago that would have easily been one of the top answers.
That new smartphone. Funerals. Yeah, you want to honor the dead person, but most are super fucking expensive. And the company is getting greedy off of a grieving family. Microtransactions.
Cigarettes.
Clothes. I get probably 70% of my stuff on sale and second-hand stores.
Bubble tea. Gold for Reddit.
I don't know about the US, but here in Italy it's clothes.
Has iPhones been done already? In the USA, medical stuff. A few miles in an ambulance is hundreds of dollars. It's crazy. Phones. Not a boomer. What I mean is my phone is like 2 to 3 generations behind and can do almost exactly the SAMT things current ones can. TBH, to me, there is no point getting the latest phone when slightly older one can be 2 to 3 times cheaper and do basically the same things.
Weed. Not because I am against smoking it, but because it shouldn't be so expensive.
Diamonds.
Influencer merchandise. Pause. I realize the problem with what I asked to have for Christmas. Food, water, and any useful things we use every day.
Eating out instead of making their own food at home.
Alcohol. At least here in Europe I have friends spending 200 to 300 euros in one night partying. I spent 30 euros the same night, ordering iced tea instead of bottles of champagne.
Weddings. When me and my mum were getting the data to budget my wedding, I was shook to realize most weddings are at least $30,000. People will shell out $10,000 for the venue, $5,000 for the dress, $300 for the cake, and God forbid the prices on flowers, decorations, and a damn wedding planner. I could buy a house for the low-end cost of an average wedding. My parents are spending $5,000 on our wedding, including honeymoon.
Drugs. Both legal and illegal. Movie theater drinks. They are expensive though, like geez. I just buy food at the store, put it in a backpack and take my backpacking, so much cheaper.
Rent in major city.
CSGO skins.
Football cards, those things that 5th, 6th graders buy. iPhone.
Guns and ammo. iPhones. Seriously, what do the new iPhones even have to offer anymore? New cameras. iPhones are such BS nowadays.
Bicycles. I mean, we don't strap ourselves into Formula 1 cars for our commute to work. And we don't take our physical conditioning as seriously as Peter Sagan. But God help that salesperson if he suggests a bike that lacks aerodynamic tubing, deep section carbon wheels, or is otherwise unable to be picked up with one pinky finger. Source. I'm on my second lightweight carbon aero bike in 3 years in. Naturally. Looking for its replacement. Close second. Watches. Screw those things and their pretty movements.
Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more similar content.